And right now, I'm so happy that we have our special guest on the line, a person who has inspired not just his people in his congregation, but has inspired many people around the nation and the world.
That's right.
With his testimony about what has happened in his life. Right now on the line, we have Reverend Derek Terry, Louisville's own Reverend Derek Terry. How you doing, Rev?
I'm doing well. How is everybody doing?
Man, we're doing wonderful. It's wonderful to have you on the show. Welcome to the Turn Up.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get right into it. So, glad to have you on the show, and you're actually from Louisville, right?
Born and raised and educated and all that good stuff. Yep.
Okay, 502, come up in the building. We love it. We love it. And so you're here tonight because you have an event that's going on. So tell us a little bit about the event that's happening at the Conrad Caldwell Mansion.
Well, actually, I'm right around the corner from you guys right now at Henry Clay. We're going to announce tonight that we're having a Derby Eve event.
Okay.
We're calling it the Uptown Scholarship Shake. It's to raise money for scholarship fund that we recently started at the University of Louisville, the Don Wilson Scholarship for LGBT students of color. So we're really excited about that, and we're making that announcement tonight.
Wow.
So that's why, yeah.
That's amazing. Now, how did you actually get affiliated with that organization? How did that come about? Is this something you started?
I graduated from U of L.
Okay.
And I work closely with several students, and the director of the LGBT services is a member of my church, and I've been telling him that the needs of students of color is different from white students, and so we wanted to do something that would help them in a tangible way to get through the university.
Wow.
Not just with academic scholarships, but programming for staff, and also to make sure that, they can go on some of the trips abroad and make sure that, all of their fiduciary needs are met. So brought the idea, and I got a little group together, and we're really excited about it.
Wow.
We're really excited about it.
Okay, now is there somewhere that people can make donations or anything like that?
So we have a website, Derby Shake, DERBYSHAKE. It's just launched. So the donations will be up next week, but you can check back there for more information, of course, on my website, RevDerek.com.
Okay.
I'll have information on there as well.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, let's talk about this powerful new book that's coming out that
Whoop,
you've
whoop.
read.
Woo, right.
I know the title is called "Does God Still Love You?"
Does God still love me?
Does God Still Love Me? Okay. Tell us a little bit more about that book, Reverend.
Does God Still Love Me is a collection of 12 essays. I probably wrote the first one literally 10 years ago.
Wow.
Okay.
Just talking about my individual journey, reconciling my spirituality with my sexuality, understanding who I was, and understanding that I had to have a personal relationship with the Almighty outside of what I was told, outside of what other people told me about myself.
Right.
And so it's just 12 essays. And so, there's some funny ones in there. There's some serious ones in
Powerful
there.
title, by the way.
Very powerful.
Yeah. And it came out of literally for so long thinking that God didn't love me.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, and when you don't think God loves you, I mean, what's the point of anything else?
That's right.
And suicide attempts and just stupidity. And so I started to write once I came out of that, and I was like, other people could benefit from this. And I've been getting really, really, really good feedback. I mean, there's a couple professors that are even using the essay where I talk about my sexual assault in their classes. And
Wow. So this book, really writing this book was very therapeutic for you. Did it kind of help you heal and kind of answer some of the questions that you needed to be answered within yourself as well?
It did. It was tough. It was.
Right.
I mean, it took me a long time. Even the editing process was tough because every time I read it, I had to relive it. But I guest lectured at the University of Cincinnati last week at a counseling class, and, to people who are going to be dealing with people who have suffered through some of the stuff that I suffered through.
Yeah.
And so when I read from that essay, and the feedback and the work that we were able to do let me know that this was God's work. I was just the best. And I was grateful for that.
Wow,
Absolutely.
wonderful. And when can people get that book? Is that book available now? When does it come out?
It is available. Yes, please get it.
Okay.
Please.
I know you got a copy. I know you mailed out a copy to me that's coming to my doorstep,
Yep.
right?
Yep, it is on its way.
And I can't wait to get my hands on it. Can't wait to get my hands on it.
On iTunes or iBooks. It's on Kindle, and it's also on my website, www.revderek.com. And I'll autograph it and send it to you. People get it about 2 or 3 days. And it's the paperback is available.
Okay, wow. Well, I can't wait to get that book and actually read it. Now let me ask you another question. Just getting a little bit deeper into your life and how it's changed over the last year since you actually appeared on the season premiere of Iyanla's "Fix My Life." How has that changed your life, and how do you deal with the criticism that a lot of people are saying that when you go on that show that she doesn't actually fix your life, and that it's more like just kind of exposing your own truth? And a lot of people have been criticizing just the show and its platform for, well, Iyanla really doesn't fix your life, and it's just kind of exploiting people. So how do you answer people who have that type of opinion about the show and about your journey and your story?
So first, I'll talk about the show. I was very surprised how serious and how much of a ministry the show was.
Wow, ministry.
It was. There's no other word to describe it. And we filmed for 4 days.
Okay.
It was myself and Pastor Mitchell here in Louisville.
And they came to Louisville.
And, yep, we came to Louisville because we wanted my parents to participate.
Right.
And I knew my parents may not travel, and so I said, we gotta go to Louisville.
Right.
And so we filmed in Cherokee Park area, the beautiful mansion, and 4 days of filming from 8 in the morning till 5 or 6 in the evening, and then times 2 people, and that gets cut down to 3 40-minute shows. You know, there's a lot that didn't make it into the show.
Right.
And it was also Iyanla can't fix anything in 4 days, right?
Right. Yeah, true. Exactly.
But
yeah.
what you can do is to bring about
Awareness.
a process of healing and work that we start, and you get homework and you do the work yourself, you know?
Right.
And so before I even did the show, I had gone to therapy and done all of that, but I respected and trusted Iyanla. I appreciated her work, read lots of her books, and I wanted to fix the relationship with my family.
Right.
And that we did. I mean, at the event tonight, my mother is here. And so I'm at an LGBT scholarship event, and my mother is here. That never would have happened.
Wow. Hand clap for that.
Yeah.
Hand clap for that. Yeah.
It never would have happened.
Right.
And
Right.
so so she does. She takes it very seriously. There's no, okay, I want you to say this, and then we do this. It's literally, you're just in the room with a life coach, and they happen to film it. I mean,
Right.
there's no producing. There's no telling people what to say. There's no retaking. It's an organic process. And so we meet for an hour, and 3 minutes makes it on television. And more than anything, it's just to inspire and encourage other people to live their truth. No matter how messy it is, a tough truth is better than an easy lie.
It sure
That's
is.
right.
And so many people have come to me just grateful for the truth. And parents have come to me and said, oh my God, this story made me apologize to my kids. Or, oh my goodness, watching you on TV caused my parents and I to have dialogue that we ordinarily would not have had. And so for that, I'm grateful. Now, the backside, I have got lots of negativity.
Right.
I own my own consulting firm, and I have a lot of church and religious clients, and several of them have
You know you're going to have
decided to no
those.
longer work with me.
Right.
They're everywhere.
But I was like, it is what it is.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I still have to vote for me, and I'm no longer going back to hiding who I am to make other people feel comfortable, even if that means losing money.
Wow. And that's a wonderful
Wonderful.
truth for your life. Now is it how has it now? You talked about your family healing and how that has come to be about. What about the church? Is it how is it pastoring with your truth being out there now? How challenging is that, or
really
if at all?
It's really, really awesome because what happens is you have people that were hiding their own truth.
Wow.
People who are ashamed of their own stuff or who have kids or grandkids that may be gay, and now they're willing to work through it and to talk through it. And then it's also, if something is very far away and very, on another planet and nobody in our circle is dealing with something, it's very easy for us to stand in judgment. Right?
Yes.
But once someone that we love says, well, this is who I am, then it's a completely different story. There were so many people who I've heard say so many negative things, but once I came out with my truth, they've been nothing but supportive.
Wow.
That was extremely surprising.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Now, Reverend Terry, let us know lastly, what would you give, what kind of advice would you give young people out there who's wrestling with who they are, just so we can leave on a positive note, how to go about it, how to feel, how not to feel?
Mm-hmm. One, it gets better.
I love that. It gets better. I love
better. It's so, it might be hard when you're at home, when you live with other people, or you're young and you're stressed with school and all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the older you get,
it gets better.
the more you're paying your own bills, and you know what I'm saying, like
Right.
doing your own thing.
Right.
It just gets better. And so that's one of my main sticking points is teen suicide rates are huge.
Absolutely.
HIV rates for choices when it comes to their own health,
Yes.
when they don't feel loved and affirmed by the people who are supposed to love and affirm them.
Right.
So I tell people, it gets better, and reach out to resources that are available. I've helped, I kid you not, at least a couple hundred. I get Facebook messages all the time from people saying, look, I just need encouragement. You find who you find. Because, if you're in the middle of some, small town in the South, you may not have a LGBT resource. But, you find what you can find.
Right.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just, look for those positive things.
Right.
Well, thank you, Reverend, for
Thank
coming
you so
on the
much,
show.
Reverend
We
Derek
appreciate
Terry.
you.
And look, we love your journey. We love your testimony.
Absolutely.
And I really feel like this is needed.
Yes.
Your story is needed, and it's the right time for
Absolutely.
it. So we just want to give you all the support and the hand clap for being so courageous to tell your story in front of the world.
That's
so
right.
you just get so much applause from us, and just thank you for being on the show. Next time you're in town, you're gonna have to come and kick it with us on the show, all right?
I will.
Yeah, come turn up with us, all right? Okay.
Yeah, we gotta make that work.
Okay, tell us one more time where we can get that book, and also give us your social media, Facebook, Twitter, and all that.
All right, so you can get the book on my website, Derek.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Rev Derek Terry.
Rev Derek Terry. Give a hand clap for Rev Derek Terry coming to the Turn Up Show. Thank you, Rev, so much. You are now tuned into the Turn Up Show with T-Made and Friends. We'll be right back after this.
See ya, don't move.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Derek.